Welcome if this your first time on the channel. Today we are listening to Michael Wilbon talk about the GOAT debate, and I'm so glad he said what he said. We also gonna hear David Faulk talk about why Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Make sure you subscribe if this your first time here. Click that like button. This is dope that Michael Wilbon stood up for all the other great players. Let's go.
Michael Jordan's longtime agent, David Faulk, added a new chapter to this conversation yesterday. Yep. Here's what he said.
Like LeBron, but I think that if Jordan had cherry-picked what teams he wanted to be on that had two other superstars, he would have won 15 championships.
Oof. Crazy.
Okay, so for those in the room who couldn't hear what he was saying, that's David Faulk, who was no longer Michael Jordan's agent, but was forever and will always be thought of that way, saying that he likes LeBron. Any conversation, any statement that starts with, look, I really like LeBron, this isn't
with all due respect,
not going somewhere good.
That's true.
The classic all due respect. He said if Jordan had cherry-picked where he wanted to go and had two other superstars, he would have won 15 championships. The only place to start for perspective. 15's an exaggeration.
Yeah. This is who David Faulk is. He's a provocateur on his best day. Okay, he's Michael Jordan's longtime agent. He is that.
Yeah.
I'm a neighbor of David Faulk and have known him for 45 years. Okay. I've had millions of basketball-related conversations with David Faulk. No one should be surprised that David Faulk is going out there with the MJ flag. Because if you think that, stop. Just get out of the sports talking about business and go to something else. Now,
here go Mike. Let's go.
I hate the conversation because it requires you to say something negative about someone who's truly great and all-time great to make your point. And that's the most tiresome thing about the GOAT conversation. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say that LeBron James has to be considered better than Magic Johnson. That's garbage. I'm not going to say LeBron James has to be considered better than Bill Russell. That's garbage. I'm not going to say LeBron James has to be considered better than Kobe Bryant. That's garbage. LeBron James is one of the greatest players of all time in all team sports. I'm sorry, if that's not good enough, turn the page. Get over yourself. So in other words, I'm going to proclaim and support and wave the LeBron James flag for his greatness. But if I say he's less than number two, that's not good enough for you, to hell with you. And I'm not saying that as in support of David Faulk. I'm saying that as somebody who has watched basketball and lived with basketball my whole life.
Right.
I got to say that LeBron James is better than Kobe Bryant? What? Put me in a grave first.
Woo! He went off. But thank God he said it. This is the problem. LeBron has bought most of the media, but he ain't got Michael Wilbon, and he not going to get him from the sound of that, because if you don't say LeBron is the number one, a number two greatest player of all time, people act like you hating on LeBron. It's like, no, dog. I watched him play against Kobe. On another video, I put up the percentages of when they guarded each other, and Kobe had better percentages. LeBron played on better teams for most of the time he was in the NBA, but Kobe still got more championships. Make it make sense. But it ain't just Kobe. I watched LeBron play against Tim Duncan. I watched LeBron play against Kevin Durant. That's the one that really made people go crazy. But it's like, yo, dog, I watched him go up with these guys. It wasn't like he was just dominating Kevin Durant in the Thunder series or in the Golden State versus Cleveland series. He definitely didn't. Kevin Durant got the best of him. So it wasn't like, yo, he's dominating these guys when they had even matchups. So why do people just feel if you don't put them one or two, then you hating? No, LeBron James is one of the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball. For me, personally, he is the second most dominant player from an athletic standpoint that I have seen behind Shaq. That's why I got LeBron. Like, he's behind Shaq as the second most dominant player ever. And when I make my list, he's in that group of guys between 5 and 11 for me. It's difficult for me to put that group in order, but my top 4 that I've watched film on and I've seen: Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem Olajuwon. If you watch these stuff and you go back and watch Hakeem versus Shaq and all of it, you could go, okay, now this guy is amazing. Like, you watch these things, and then people have different opinions on peak and then, like, longevity. That's another thing where some people value longevity, like, oh man, longevity. But I'm a peak guy. I look at guys peak. Kobe, 2000, 2013. And I judge that against Jordan, 87, 98. And I judge that against Tim Duncan, 99 to 2010. And I judge that against LeBron, 2010 to, or 2012 to 2019, 2020. That's how I look at it. That's okay. I'm glad Michael Wilbon said the quiet part out loud. Like, yo, dude, I didn't think LeBron was better than Kobe. I didn't think LeBron is better than this guy. It's okay for him not to be 1 or 2 on anybody's list. The only person that's like the GOAT, and that's why he's the GOAT, is Michael Jordan. That's the only one where it's like, hold on, dog. You don't got Michael Jordan in your top 5. I feel that way about Kobe, but I know people don't like Kobe because of the K stuff. Like, I know some people side with him. Shaq, they feel like Kobe snitched on them, and I know where that come from. I do. So I don't argue with people about that. But y'all let me know. What do you think about Michael Wilbon coming out and saying, hey, LeBron ain't number 2. And that's okay for him to have Kobe ahead of LeBron on his list, or Magic Johnson, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's fine. Or Bill Russell. That's fine. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. As always, if this your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content. Click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe. Peace.